Hello, welcome to Unequal Sequel
Extra.
Yes, welcome to September, everyone. We finally made it to that dreaded month. Is it dreaded?
Back to school month, isn't it?
Oh, everyone's miserable.
Yeah, September was always miserable when you were a kid. But when you're a parent, it's joyous. It's virtually my favourite month of the year, except I work in a school. So.
Well, yeah. That's how you do now, but you've always worked in like some kind of education or building. Oh, yeah. But the nights start really drawing in again. It gets a bit colder. Oh, man. And we found out today that they're pushing June Part 2 back.
Well, I mean, it's not a surprise, is it? You predicted it.
I did,
a while ago now, I think. You know, you knew it was going to happen. So I've kind of just been expecting it'll be next year now. So, and then I've kind of expecting Spider-Verse will be in like 2028. After getting it all excited when they said it was coming out next year.
And now it's not.
Nah,
I can see that. But thankfully with Dune, I did expect it they're pushing it back a bit more, to be honest.
Yeah. So
March
it's only
is okay.
6 months, isn't it? They've pushed it back. So that's
March
not
is
too
okay.
bad. Yeah.
I don't know what that means for everything else, but anyway. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Unequal Sequel. We are the podcast that talks about sequels in some form or not. Well, not, but you know.
The main premise is that we have a guest on and we ask them their best sequel, their worst sequel, and their dream sequel. But this is the extra episodes. So if you've not listened to those ones, you should probably go and listen to those ones because they're probably better.
Oh, much better than
because,
this.
You know, they have a guest and stuff, and this is just our insane ramblings.
This is when we try... Well, this is a review episode. We normally sometimes do anniversary episodes or rankings, but we do a lot of reviews for sequels, and we try our best. We try so hard to be professional critics. And what I've learned from the last year is
we fail.
We're not great at that, but we do have our own little zing flavour, you know, like way of doing things.
We have opinions. I think that's
some
the
people
best way
agree
to put
with them, some people not.
Yeah,
and I think that's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
And sometimes we review big sequels like the Fast and Furious or the Marvel films or stuff that comes out, Mission Impossibles, or stuff that comes out in cinema. And sometimes we watch sequels that go straight to online stuff like Netflix or Amazon. Yeah, like, you know, we've done Extraction 2.
Or in this instance, Disney Plus.
So today there was the day we're recording.
The day we're recording, yeah. The movie that we're reviewing came out today. So I think we should try and not spoil it. I mean, it'll be a week by the time people have watched it, but just a warning, we're not very good at not doing that. We try our best. I'm not 100% sure there's a lot to spoil.
Yes, that is
pretty
also true.
Formulaic.
Very true. So we are doing the sequel to a film called Vacation Friends, which in my head, I honestly keep calling it Christmas Vacation Friends. That will be a sequel if they're missing out if they don't do a Christmas together. By the way, with these characters. So they had that Vacation Friends from 2021, and I didn't know it was really a thing. I saw it on Disney Plus. Never watched it. And then last week, a trailer was like, I just watched this trailer for Vacation Friends 2. And I was like, oh, fuck.
There's a 2.
There's a 2, which is a great treat for us. Because as ever,
it is, yeah.
We're rummaging around for things to watch and talk about. So, I nearly said it again, Christmas Vacation 2. It's not. Vacation Friends 2. Rich.
Yes.
Could you please give us the synopsis?
Okay. So we join up again with our vacation friends, Marcus and Emily and Ron and Kyla from the first movie. And inexplicably, we're also joined by Murillo, who's the hotel manager from the first one, who is now their babysitter? I don't know how that happened. They're on vacation again. Marcus and Emily have paid for vacation for Ron and Kyla for their honeymoon. But actually, secretly Marcus is doing a deal with the hotel people to potentially build some sort of big hotel deals and stuff for them. So he's trying to impress everyone. So that's the secret reason he's there. He doesn't tell them straight away. All is going as expected, and then there's a slight spanner in the works when Kyla's dad Reese turns up, played by Steve Buscemi.
Excellent. What casting? Great.
Good casting.
Delighted to see him.
Yeah, he throws a spanner in the works, and hilarity ensues. Again, try not to spoil it, but that's
pretty good. For the people that haven't watched Vacation Friends, the first one, should we try and describe that?
Do you know what?
Quickly?
I really liked the first one.
There's a lot of.
I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, I was surprised. There's stuff here.
Again, these movies are very formulaic.
It's like they've picked best bits from other films and then tried to squeeze them into one film. Much.
But the good thing about it is the chemistry of the cast is really good. Like, the four main cast members are really, really good together. And actually, John Cena's very funny.
He's funny in a lot of films.
Yeah. He's very good. So the main premise is that two couples meet each other on holiday. One quite straight-laced couple, one wild, crazy couple. And it's a lot of like kind of odd coupley kind of stuff as they kind of rub along together. They meet on holiday. They then think they're going to be friends on holiday, and that's it. But then obviously one couple turns up at the other couple's wedding
6 months later. 7 months later.
Something like that. And yeah, it's a big surprise, and obviously they're worried that they're going to embarrass them in front of their family and all that kind of stuff. But actually, it all turns out that they're really good friends, and they actually are very nice people.
They might be mad and massive drug addicts, and crazy, lovely people.
They may take a lot of cocaine, but they're very nice people.
Like you, I watched that first one last night, not thinking it was going to be anything.
No.
But I would think I found myself smiling.
I did, yeah. It's
that
funny.
film. Yeah.
And it's funny, it's heartwarming. It's like I say, the chemistry between the four main characters is great. I really quite enjoyed that first movie.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the characters, to be honest.
Yeah, me too.
I thought at one point the crazy couple, Ron and Kyla, John Cena, and Meredith Hagner,
yeah. I don't know her from anything else.
She's done little parts, I think, looking at her IMDb page. But I really warmed to them. There's something lovable about how crazy they are, but how the way they look at life kind of thing. It's, and I think them blending in with Marcus and Emily is really good. And I liked the kind of two halves of the film. So you get the really crazy bit in Mexico, I want to say, the first
Mexico,
film. And then there's the second half, which is the wedding. And I didn't find either of them annoying or jarring. I felt it went together quite well. I did enjoy the hotel manager's cameo in the first film.
Yes. Yeah.
I was also very surprised to see him pop up in the second film.
Yeah, me too. I was like,
was he there just to make so they can do that end storyline?
I guess so. Yeah.
Because there's a whole storyline in the second film when he's the babysitter, and it really probably doesn't need to be in there. To be honest.
No, it's about him trying to find love and stuff as well, isn't it? And it all feels very kind of shoehorned in the second one. I think it doesn't really kind of, I think he's basically there just for the payoff at the end. Yeah.
Because they're kind of, in the first one, it's kind of like the Back to the Future, it's your kid's Marty. They show like she's pregnant. And now in the second film, they're like, well, these crazy couple have got a baby. We can't leave the baby by itself.
We can't leave the baby with them because they're mostly drunk.
Yeah. So we have to find a remedy of what to do with the baby. So they get this. He's a funny character from the first film. He's in it for about 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah, if that.
And they make him the babysitter, and that he's a close friend of these people now, which is fine. And then in the first film, there's a lot to do with Marcus not getting on with his father-in-law.
Yes.
Now in this film,
they flip it. It's Ron not getting on with his father-in-law,
which is played by Steve Buscemi.
Yes.
Which we can all agree is one of those actors that makes every film that little bit better. Would we agree?
No.
I think he is. No?
No.
Did you not? Okay, we'll get into it, ladies and gentlemen. Get the punching bags out. Come on. Did you not like this film then? Did you? I know the first one might be slightly better.
I did like it. I thought I didn't find it as fun. I don't think it's quite as funny. I didn't laugh as much as the first one. I actually found Steve Buscemi's character quite annoying.
Really?
And
okay.
The chemistry with him and the rest of the cast not as... kind of spoiled it a little bit. I think their chemistry was really strong in the first movie. I think their chemistry is really strong in this movie. And you add him into the mix, and I think he kind of... I don't know. It kind of ruins it a bit. He doesn't fit with the others. You know, it's just the chemistry's not quite there with him.
I'd agree with that because the core four, which sounds like I'm describing the old monarch Prince Harry.
Yeah.
That's where I hear that. The core four are so good together.
They are,
especially when they're out getting drunk and those little like montages. I think you're right. When they've added this Steve Buscemi heist, money laundering, gangster, which wasn't in the first film. There's nothing really like that. In this film, there's gunshots. People being shot at.
Yeah, they're right. Well, there is in the first film too. Remember?
Go on, remind me of the first one.
So Ron shoots a bottle off the top of Marcus's head.
Fun. That's not.
And then Marcus tries to shoot a bottle on Ron's head and hits him in the head instead. You don't see it; it's all off camera. But he's just walking down the beach. But
I don't mean there's bad people coming after them.
Oh yeah. There's no baddies in the first one, really, are there?
And I'm not quite sure if I think that's an improvement or not, because you got to respect a sequel that's slight different.
Yeah, no, I get that, but I think it kind of slips into that kind of what's that Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston movie? What was that we
Just Let It Go?
No, where they're like. Whether they're a couple and
murder mystery,
that's it. It sort of falls into that murder mystery kind of thing, where it just gets a bit like the whole like premise of the heist stuff is a bit stupid. Was actually what it should really concentrate on is Marcus is trying to impress these people, and Ron and Kyla kind of cock it up, but in the process of cocking it up, actually make it all right. Just like the first one, really. I get they're trying to do something a bit different, but actually it just kind of detracts from what's strong about the movie.
Yeah. I'm glad they didn't quite go down the same boat as the first one of them blaming the party, Ron and Kyla.
Yeah, I don't think
they could have done that again. Like, we're rerunning the same film beat for beat. So at least they did do
something different. I thought what they were going to do was like swap it around or something, maybe that... I don't know, that Marcus cocks up and, makes it difficult for Ron or something. I don't know. I thought it was going to be something like a bit different, but it was all right. It's not a... Yeah, I'm being a bit harsh on it, but actually it's quite fun. It's definitely a fun movie. I watched it on a Friday morning, so,
Yeah. Sometimes you watch these films when a film goes to film in a very exotic location. This was filmed in Hawaii, I read.
Yeah.
Not in the Caribbean. That's where it's based. And those, it looks like everyone's there for a holiday, basically.
Yes.
I didn't get that vibe from this film. I thought it felt like, hey, we're here to do work kind of thing. Yeah. It felt like it doesn't feel like a phoned in movie. No, that's the word I was.
Yeah, definitely all kind of comes together.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. It's fun. It's a fun watch. It's not as good as the first one, but it's still fun.
Did you so we liked John Cena in it. Is there anyone else in the cast that worked? Like him and Little Ray Howery. Brilliant.
Yeah, Little Ray Howery and Yvonne Orgy. Or is it Orgy? Is her name Orgy? Is her name Yvonne Orgy?
Okay, I'm not going to have a go at that, but I'm pretty sure it's not said as Orgy.
No, probably not. But hey,
Orgy?
Yeah, orgy, orgy. Yeah. Anyway, if and Meredith Hagner. Sorry, not a hanger. Yeah, the four of them are great, and I would watch them in pretty much anything. I think.
Like I was saying, I would watch a Christmas Vacation Friends.
Oh, definitely.
When Ron and Kyla turn up for Christmas, kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 100%. You can definitely imagine Ron as Cousin Eddie.
Yeah, I think that would work. Like, I didn't come out at the end of this film and think, I don't want to spend any more time with those characters. I still watch these films and go, oh, no, I'd watch another one. I enjoyed that, especially at home. I didn't have to drag my ass to a cinema to watch it. So that was fabulous,
definitely.
by the way. And it was a nice little treat on Disney Plus. So if you're renting it or got Disney Plus, I would get on it, especially if you liked the first one. I'm not quite sure how many people have actually watched the first one.
I think the first one was quite well received, wasn't it?
Well, it must have, because it got a sequel, and these aren't little actors. Seen as a busy boy.
I mean, it's not a massive cast either, though, is it? I mean, it's, they're not other than John Cena, they're not kind of big names. Steve Buscemi will basically do anything. That you just throw a bit of cash at him and he'll do anything. You
get a few weeks in Hawaii, I'm there.
Yeah, true. And then I don't know what everyone else has been in. Oh, isn't so what's the name? The Lil Ray Howery is from Get Out. He's in Get Out.
Yeah, he's the best from Get Out.
Yeah, but that's the only thing I can think of him from.
He did a basketball film that I think I've seen.
Okay,
which is not great. The Outlaws. Oh yeah, I watched him in The Outlaws recently.
Oh, I've not seen that.
That was rubbish.
Yeah, I've heard it's not good.
But a Free Guy. He's Ryan Reynolds' best friend in.
Guy. Yeah, he is. He's in Free Guy. I forgot I'd seen that. But yeah, so it's not a massive cast. So I don't imagine they spent a huge. It's streaming money, not cinema money.
Yeah, are we looking about 30 to 40 million for this? Which all films should be now.
Probably, I'd say about that, because of more locations than anything else. But yeah.
What about the length of this? An hour and 46. Brilliant. First one's an hour and 44.
Yeah. Keep it that length. Don't make it any longer. We do not need a 2.5 hour long Vacation Friends. Hour and 45 is perfectly adequate. If you want to shave off 10 minutes, that's also fine.
Yeah. Do you think
between an hour and a half, an hour and three quarters, that's kind of where it should be aiming.
It's the golden spot, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the sweet spot.
Yeah. Do you think that, because we're in this strike period at the moment, so they can't promote the film, do you think that's going to hamper it at all? Or do you think actors are actually relieved they don't have to go out and do the PR for it?
I don't think they massively promoted the first one, did they?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think there is a lot of PR around it. I think this is a kind of a word of mouth movie, isn't it? Really, like say the first one was kind of a bit more of a sleeper hit. So, and like I say, I don't think it's going to be one that they're going to, make a million, millions and hundreds of millions of pounds from. They're going to kind of.
Yeah,
it's probably why it's not at the cinema, and probably why it is on.
It's under the 20th Century Fox Studios banner, which is quite nice.
Okay.
So it's that leg of Disney that Disney tried to crush at one point. So I'm surprised anything's coming out of it, to be honest. I really liked this film. I think, which is nice about this film, I think the actors are actually enjoying being in it.
Yeah, definitely.
Like I said, not all the storylines need to work or be there, but the end result is something very fun, very silly. It ever takes itself too seriously. I think they all know what kind of movie it is. I mean, there's a way Cena could have played it and played it horribly.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah.
But he's like a big puppy dog.
Yeah.
He's very lovable. There's a very funny. A few of the jokes, I would say, don't go and watch the trailer before you watch it.
Yeah, because
some of the good jokes on the trailer, like the surfing.
But it sort of made me want to go. So I haven't watched The Peacemaker. Is it The Peacemaker?
Peacemaker is very good and very funny.
I've not watched that because I wasn't overly enamoured with that character in the Suicide Squad.
Okay.
But having watched this, I'm like, I might go and give that a go.
You should go and give Peacemaker a funny, because he's good in it, but there is also some very funny characters around him. He's like got a psychic vigilante that is off his rocket, and Peacemaker is still very, very violent, but it is good. It is surprisingly good, Peacemaker. I really enjoyed it, and I think Cena's kind of in this place at the moment where he knows what zone he can work in and what he can do. Like, we watched him in Fast 9 trying to be this tough bad guy, and it doesn't quite work.
He was better in 10.
10, when he was being the lovable uncle.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this is definitely swings more to that. I mean, what did we first see him in? Trainwrecked? Did you remember seeing him in Trainwrecked, the Amy Schumer film?
No, I've never seen that.
He's very funny in that, and that's literally, he did that while his wrestling career, you can't see me kind of thing. And everyone
I was well out of wrestling by the time John Cena came.
Let me. I can't do his music, but when it hits, it's pretty good. So yeah, I think he's actually found a career here.
I'd say
and
so.
He looks like an absolute beast. I mean,
yes. Yeah,
you can tell the man works out.
What's Steve Buscemi calls him a gorilla at one point. I was like, okay.
What did you think about the poor parenting? Were you getting angry at that at any point?
Not really,
because it's a movie, right?
You're sort of expecting it. Like, I was like, there's got to be a lot of like, oh god, the baby's in the river or something, or like, there's one point when they're in the airport when John Cena's talking about how all-encompassing being a parent is, and then a woman comes up to them and is like, I just found this child crawling around on its own. Is this yours?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, yeah.
I think Rich can relate with that. The baby is crawling.
No, because George never crawled.
He just walked.
He just went straight to walking like some sort of bionic child. Like, we have not baby-proofed anything, and he is walking around.
We are not prepared for this. Do you think from the first film to the second film that you're surprised that these people are still friends?
No, I'm not, because you kind of do make friends with people like
on holiday and stuff.
Well, yeah, but also people that you end up falling into friendships with people that aren't the same as you,
which is good.
Like, I think that's kind of a normal thing, right?
I think we've all got our crazy friends.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
We've got. You don't want to introduce them. Yeah, you don't want to introduce them to other people, kind of thing, because they might burn down your house or say something inappropriate.
Yes, that is
true.
But
you also love those people, and you want them around.
I have friends that I would trust to look after my child, and there are friends I would not trust to look after my trousers.
But we love them all the same.
Yes, absolutely. You're right.
You know what? I was surprised by this film. Shall we rate it? Shall we give it a ranking?
Yeah.
Unequal sequel, yes and no, and then we can give it a good ranking.
I would say let's do that. Okay, so I would say a bit of an unequal sequel. I don't think it's quite as good as the first one. The first one I really enjoyed. This one I enjoyed, but not quite as much. So not far off, but not quite as good.
Yeah. I'm a little bit more unsure about you at that, I think I did enjoy the first one more. But watching them so close back to back, like one at night and then one today, they're kind of, at the moment, kind of feeling like one long film.
That's
so I do like points. I like that they've now got a friendship, and that friendship feels natural. But I did like the little bit more craziness drinking from the first one.
Yeah.
You know what? I did enjoy the first one because I thought the shootout setting, like gangster bit at the end of this film, was a bit weird. Thinking about it, so yeah, it's not as good as the first one. It's not far off, and it is fun. And I mean, I was surprised how much I enjoyed it. Actually, it definitely passed that. Like, what is it? The 5 laugh test?
Yeah, definitely.
I think there's laughs in there.
There are laughs in there, definitely.
And that was shocking. I was really shocked, actually. I honestly thought this was going to be shit.
Yeah, me too. I really did.
Do you think we should start going into films thinking all of them are going to be rubbish?
Yes. Yeah, I do. Yeah, it might be pleasantly surprised every time.
Because I try and go in like, oh, it's every day's Christmas, so it's going to be brilliant. I think I might stop doing that. Every day is going to be apocalypse and end of the world kind of thing. And so surprised when
I just think go in with an open mind and be ready for anything. I guess that's what That's what I'm going to do.
Because I watched the other day, we spoke about it on the roundup. I watched Strays, that Will Ferrell dog film, and that's not funny at all. Really, it's got one or two. This, and then coming into this, and I thought, oh, it's just going to be bollocks.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be. This was going to be like Grown Ups 2, that kind of thing.
That's exactly
and it's not. It's a lot better than that. What
was the Jason Bateman, Vince Vaughn film when they? It's Couples Retreat.
Couples Retreat, yeah.
That's what I was thinking in my head, and I don't really like. It's a lot of unlikable people bickering at each other.
Yeah, and this is a lot better than that.
Yeah, this is a lot of nice people having a good time and doing some weird shit. Like, yeah, man. Not as good as the first one, but still very enjoyable. Out of 7.
Do you know what? I would give it. I'd give it a pretty solid score because I enjoyed it. I know it's a very formulaic movie. It's a very
formulaic
movie by numbers. So I'm not going to give it loads of points, but I think 4.5.
Yeah,
and then give the first one 5. I think probably.
I can't argue with those facts. I would say 4.5, maybe not 5.
I'd say 5 for the first one, 4.5 for this one.
Yeah,
for me.
Okay,
but yeah.
I think I'm around about that zone. I mean, it's no longer. It's not like Top Gun Maverick.
No,
and it's not. What's the bottom? Legally Blonde 2. I think is my.
That's our new low.
Especially with comedies, Rich. Comedies are so hard to do. Hard to do. Like make a comedy that's consistently funny throughout like 90 minutes is like putting like.
And then making a sequel to that is not easy.
Which is still pretty good and fun. I mean, I think if anyone's listening, we are not saying this is going to change your lives.
No, God, no.
On a Friday or Saturday night, and you need to have a few laughs and smile a bit.
Yeah.
I think this would fit quite nicely into that bracket.
Glass of wine and a takeaway curry on a Friday night with this kind of movie. Happy days.
I mean,
it's a nice kind of wind down kind of movie.
I found it very hard not to like it.
Yeah.
So that would be my recommendation. Yeah, let's say 4.5. I would definitely be more in the positive camp with this sequel. I mean, I'm going to put this sequel above a lot of other sequels we've watched this year.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Sequel list.
Definitely.
So that's a positive. So go, if you've got Disney Plus, put it on, try it out. Let us know what you think, because Rich will about to tell you what we can do if you have thoughts about it, feelings.
If you've got thoughts and feelings, which most of us have, then but specifically we're talking about the movies at this point. Don't just generally send us in your thoughts and feelings because that could get messy. Send them to us. Get on the old social medias. Get on the DMs. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram. We're on Threads. We're on Letterboxd. We're on TikTok. We're on some other thing called Blue Sky or something. What's it called?
Blue Sky.
We're on that. God knows. And if you don't do social media like a sensible person, then we're also on email. You can drop us an email on unequalsequel@hotmail.com. We're at unequalsequel on all the socials. Let us know what you thought of Vacation Friends, and we will read out your comments.
Vacation Friends 2.
Vacation Friends 2. Sorry, I thought that was implied. And we'll read out your comments in our end of month roundup. You can go back and listen to last week's end of month roundup if you like to see what that sort of thing's about. And also, I'd suggest now we've just finished season 5. Season 5 was great. I would say go back and give all those interview episodes a listen. But don't just listen to season 5. Go back all the way back to season 1 and give those a listen. While you're there, hit the subscribe button, hit the auto download button. We'll drop into your pod player of choice every single week. If you're getting withdrawal symptoms now that season 5 has ended, don't worry. for just $2.99 a month, you can join our subscription service over on anotherslice.com/unequal sequel. You can get extra bits for all of our interview episodes. All of those have got a sequel on there. You can get Disenfranchised. You can get Box Set Mentality. You can get all sorts of extra reviews and bits and bobs that we put on there. Basically, if we haven't got a chance to get a review on here, then we'll put it on there instead. Only $2.99 a month. You basically get yourself 3 extra podcasts set for that. So it's worth it. It's definitely worth it.
Brilliant. I just have to point out to our listeners that when we first started this podcast, Rich's spiel was about 30 seconds. You're like, yeah, we're on Instagram or on Twitter. Send in your thoughts. And now
that was it. Now
somehow I
got
hour. Lucky and don't have to do this anymore. Yes, thank you, Rich. Brilliant as always. Thank you for everyone listening. Please send in your thoughts. We love to hear from you for them. I'm rambling again, so I'm going to do this very quickly. Just to let everyone know, Rich is editing this episode this week.
Yeah. So I'm going to cut out all my cock-ups and I'm going to leave all yours in.
How do I... No. I can re-download it and then edit it by myself maybe next week when it's... No, I wouldn't do that to you. I trust you very much. You wouldn't know this, but Rich has edited a few of these episodes and he's done a fabulous job on every single one of them. In fact, he edited our first ever Christmas episode, which at that point was the hardest ever episode of it.
That was a challenge. Yeah. I'm not going to lie.
So I have no crims of him editing anything because that was a right bitch to edit. And I'm glad I didn't have to do that one. So thank you. Send all your thoughts in. We love you all. It's a goodbye from me. Bye-bye. It's a goodbye from him.
Bye!
Yeah, see you on the next one, the sequel to this one. Have a great week. Bye-bye.
I wonder if there's any more random sequels coming out on streaming that we don't know anything about.
Yeah, Good Burger 2.
Oh, yeah. Well, I've never seen any of those, so, you know.
Kenan and Kel. We're going to have to start scrounging around for some if they start cancelling them. There'll be a few more.